this episode of Automatic Garage, we have my least favorite, and also, what's that sound? So we got my favorite 6.4 here. You can hear it talking back through the intake here, so use your imagination. We're gonna see if we can get it into the shop and mess with it.
Even that.
Went on and pulled the valve covers because we decided we're going to do a compression test, and of course exactly what I was suspecting when I got it apart. If you look at number 3 right there, there's no valve bridge and it's laying right down there. It's right there laying at the bottom. So I'm going to pull that out real quick, and then we're going to compression test every cylinder before we proceed with any of this, because in order to do this job, we got to pull the fuel rail and the fuel lines, which the fuel lines can't be reused. And then buying the rocker arm assembly is expensive. And this motor has 268, and being a 6.4, I would not be surprised if we had some pretty weak cylinders on this, which would mean that none of this is worth doing on it, so that they don't waste their money and I don't waste my time. So me and Gary are going to proceed on with doing a compression test now. All right, we're doing our compression test. We've already done the others. Let y'all watch us do one. Hit it, Gary. All right, I relayed to the customer, which is actually a good friend of mine who does mechanic work for this farm. He just works on heavy machinery and not trucks typically. So that's why I got sent here. I gave him the rundown. We did the compression test. Let me turn you around here. So there's our numbers on the compression test, and anybody that knows about this, it should be around 400 on every cylinder. So this is a tired motor, and not only do we have the low compression, so along with low compression, I could barely even turn this turbo wheel. It is so stiff. So turbos, they're about $2,400 now to go Motorcraft and buy that whole turbo setup. So you got turbos, you got all the rocker arms are wore out, you got one that's totally dropped the rocker bridge off, retainers that are missing on this one. So you got a whole set of rockers. And along with doing that, you got to take the fuel rail off. So then you got to replace the fuel supply lines. So then with that, the glow plug harness got tore up, taking it off just because it's old and crusty. There's no taking that off without tearing it up once they get that old. So you got a glow plug harness. So then while you're doing that, you got the glow plugs out. You might as well replace the glow plugs. So we have all those parts on a motor that has 268,000 miles with low compression, which is not worth doing, which is exactly what I tried to tell them. And initially they said, well, you know, hey, we'll pay you whatever you want to replace the rockers, just make it run. I said, no, I don't want to do that. That's not how we do stuff here. This motor's done. It really needs a motor. It needs turbos. I said, and this truck is not worth putting that money into. You'd be better off moving this bed to another truck, part it out, sell the wheel, sell the interior, whatever, and move to another truck. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing. I just got the message saying, hey, just put the valve covers back on it and roll it out. We're going to pick it back up. So that's where we're at on the 6.4. Sometimes it's just time to part ways with something and don't throw money at something. These can be good trucks. If it was a really nice truck like that 6.0 right there, yeah, maybe you could justify putting a motor in it, but not with this. You'd have way too much money tied up in a truck that's been to hell and back. So anyways, just showing y'all that sometimes it's better to part ways with something. Don't try to push something. Don't try to get it done if it's not worth doing. And that's where we're at with this 6.4 here. 6.4s run great when they run, but when they break, they really go all out and break. And a lot of times they're not worth sinking all the money into. I know I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings with that, but it's just not the same quality motor as the 7.3, the 6.0, and the 6.7. That's why they had such a short production run with that motor. Anyways, Automatic Garage signing out. Go check out the other content here on the channel. We got a whole lot of trucks to work on. I'm glad they made the decision to not dump money into this truck, because I got plenty other here to work on, and this was just really going to be a headache at the end of the day. So check us out at automaticgarage.com, Facebook, and Instagram. We appreciate y'all. It's Automatic Garage signing out. We'll holler at y'all later.